All right, welcome to the What's Your Why walkthrough, where I'm going to basically walk you through the worksheet that is attached here and you can download and go through and build a nice mission statement as soon as you feel like. Well, not as soon as you feel like, but as soon as you understand what your why is. And we're not going to I don't want you to try to swing for the fences on this, but I want you to try to just take those steps at finding more and more about yourself by finding out what your why is, why you want to do things, why you want to make these products or make your personal brand, why you want things to matter to others that resonate with you. Once you find that out, your mission statement and a whole lot of other stuff that we talk about in the future will finally fall into place and be easier in place. It'll be easier to talk about yourself. It'll be easier to answer that question you used to get on the interviews. I guess it's more like a statement. Tell me more about you. Tell me about yourself. And we all freeze up. But this is the thing that will help you. Answering questions like this, going through steps like this will help you get those answers out and make you more comfortable with talking about yourself, what you do, and why you do it. Let's see. For starters, let's jump right into it. Start with Why is a book by Simon Sinek. He talks about the Golden Circle and why it matters so much on starting with your why instead of starting with what you do or how you do what you do, but starting with why. And if you think about it, as you get to know it or get more comfortable in talking to you about yourself, you'll begin to see that it's very powerful and understanding how not just you, but you'll start to see how great leaders and other brands, these big brands that have been around for hundreds of years and are still doing well, how they inspire action in their customers or clients or just investors and anyone wanting to do something with them. At the core of the Golden Circle, there are 3 circles. If you look down here on your worksheet, on that first page after the intro, the bottom right circle shows those 3. And these 3 circles are why, how, and what. Now, most of the time, not just you, but most people start with the what. What we do, what we sell, and some of us can break down the how, how we stand out and how we get results. But very, very, very few start with the most important piece, which is the why. Our why is the purpose, our belief, our cause that basically drives us. What is your purpose? What is your belief? What causes you to get up in the morning? What drives you? The most impactful brands, as I mentioned earlier, as well as leaders, they reverse the thinking of what, how, why to start with the why. And as you develop your why, as you answer your why, find out your why, it naturally leads to the how and then the what. In this worksheet, we're going to uncover your why, which is a very critical foundation of your brand and your work. Let's see here. I'm not going to dive too far into these. You guys can read it. It's basically saying how to use this and a brief version of what I just said right here. So, all right, next here. On this next sheet, what you're gonna do is answer these questions And think about it now. When you answer these questions, it's not about making money or building a career. It's about a deeper purpose. So don't be afraid to answer these questions. If you think about it this way, it's just you and I right here. And be truthful as possible with your question. And sometimes these questions may change later. But once you set this foundation, you later can do those adjustments and tweaks as you learn more and more about yourself. And I know I've mentioned learning more about yourself a few times, but I do believe you cannot learn about yourself. You cannot learn or push your business in a certain way without learning about yourself first. If you don't know anything about yourself or kind of know what makes you do this thing, what sets you off, what makes you tick instead of talk, or what makes you talk when others tick, then it's going to be very hard for you to reach out to a perfect stranger and show them who you are or what your thing is. Basically, they're still going to see who you are within what you are selling or what you are doing or wanting them to team up with you with. So all of these are extensions of you. We end up putting extensions of ourselves inside our products. And most of the time we end up hiding those extensions. And then we wonder why a lot of stuff falls flat. But we're going to go through these 4 questions here, starting with section code why. Question number 1. Why are you motivated to get out of the bed in the morning? Answer that question as truly as possible. Number 2 for why section is, why do you want to create this impact for others? Because I hear a lot of people say, and you probably heard it too, I just want to create an impact for the world for these type of people, or just an impact for people. So answer that question as truthfully as possible. Next question, number 3. Why does this work matter to you on a personal level? And I got a little error there. I'll delete that and re-upload the download. It will not be in your download. And number 4, why should others care about your work? So, yes, some of those questions may seem like they're asking the same question, but I need you to make sure you ask yourself the thing that not ask yourself the thing, but I need you to make sure that you give yourself those answers, because a lot of times we answer this, we think we hear the same question, or we'll hear something is basically the same question and we'll answer it differently. But those answers will compile to give you the solution that you've been trying to reach for. And in this case, the solution is your why. Next section is the how. Now that you've identified that why, we're going to move on down to the how. And this is about your unique strengths. How will your target audience or your customers find you? How will you approach your work differently from others? How do you approach your work? That's another question inside that question. How will you share your ideas, product, or service with others? These are other questions that you also, I feel like, basically they'll be easier to answer once you answer the first few questions in the why section. Your how, everything starts to kind of line up. Your how is going to give you that structure to your why and show others how you bring your purpose to life. All right on down to number 3, the what section. Finally, we are here with at the end. I know some of you, like I was, just like, oh my gosh, those first few questions, especially the first group, the why section, they were hard. But anyway, so now we're talking about your services or your product. What is this thing that you're offering? What services are you offering? What services are you offering? What products do you offer? What impact do you want this to create with this work? I was about to say world. That's why I paused there. What makes your thing different from others doing the same? Answer those 4 questions. Those 3 questions. Some other questions you can answer in this is, what is the end result that I'll give my audience? What actions do I take? What action do I take to deliver value? And you just want to be clear and specific with these. These what answers are gonna tie everything together and show your target audience how your why and your they're gonna show you. I'm not gonna confuse it. I gotta confuse myself. How they're gonna show your target audience how your why and your how manifest in action. So go through those, and on the next sheet, answer these questions here. Put the answers to those questions. Once you build a why statement, once you answer your four questions for the why section, then you answer the 3 questions for the how section. And then you answer the questions, make a statement for the questions in the what section. Put those together, you should be able to build a nice mission statement. And if you need a little help or want to get a little kickstart, check out this mission statement template here, where you just basically take and fill in, take your name, take everything in these spaces here and fill them in with your answers. By working through this, you're not just gonna build a mission statement, you're gonna actually create a foundation for your brand, and it's gonna be able to inspire, connect, and stand out to your target audience. So take your time with the worksheet. When you complete it, share your why in the community. Feel free to do that, and let's see how it resonates. And remember, the why is that spark that starts everything else. So you really want to make it unforgettable. And I'm not trying to put pressure on you. Don't feel like it. It has to, just like I said, don't swing for the fence. Don't knock it out of the park. Don't try to knock it out of the park on the first swing. Just make a nice, full attempt at it. And let us know what you think. Share it in the group. Share it in the community section. What I'm gonna do, I'll go ahead and put a section into the community area, and I guess I'll call it Start With Why or something like that. But yeah, go in there and put your why statement. Not your why statement, your mission statement in there, and let's see. Share it with me. We'll talk about things that maybe you could change or do better or whatnot. But I'm telling you, it's not as bad as you may think it is. Our brains do a lot of extra stuff when we try to do these things. And I hope this helps. And I hope this helps you build something and get you a few steps closer to your target audience. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next